Hi guys, and welcome to another Hero of the Week. This week's hero is Adam Schwarz, who's an author and political commentator. Now, Adam was on Israeli TV issuing a warning to the government there about welcoming Tommy Robinson with open arms. Exactly. Have a listen to this.
We saw Israeli Minister Shikli announce, as you mentioned, on social media that he would be proud to host Tommy Robinson later this month in Jerusalem. And he hailed Robinson as a proud British patriot and an ally and a friend of British Jews. But let's be clear, Tommy Robinson is neither of those things. He is Britain's most notorious far-right street thug. He has multiple convictions for assault, for public order offences, for fraud, and he's also a racist. He doesn't just campaign against Islamist extremism, as the minister suggested. For years, he has incited racism against Britain's entire Muslim community, trying to present them as some kind of part of a monolithic jihadist movement. So, Robinson does try to present himself as a friend of Jews and as a friend of Israel. He does fly the Israeli flag, the protest. He has tried to attend.
What's behind that for him? What's his motivation on that side of the spectrum? And again, it's not isolated to the UK. I'll mention that, but describe that a bit. His affinity to Israel.
I think it's a really interesting point. We're seeing this phenomenon of far-right support for Israel and also Jews. Yeah. I think fundamentally this is about the way that they frame the entire conflict, which they kind of see as an inevitable race war between Jews and Muslims. And of course, that's crucially important for what we're seeing in the West, which is where far-right movements are trying to present high Muslim immigration as some kind of militarized invasion force that threatens the domestic population. I think what we've seen is that obviously Jews have long been a target for the far-right, but in reality, we're now seeing the far-right focus on Muslims rather than Jews. And so they're sort of including Jews in the in-group where traditionally they were kind of the targets. But let's be completely clear, any society that has kind of selective tolerance that says we'll only tolerate one minority and not another is not a society that's going to be safe for Jews, which is why I'm so pleased to see British Jewish leaders ultimately condemn not just Robinson himself, but also the Israeli government.
And well said to them. And well said to Adam as well, because it's so important that this is condemned. Tommy Robinson is not a friend of the Jewish community. He pretends to be, and it seems that he's been used as something of a useful idiot by Netanyahu's government, along with other far-right groups in Europe as well. These people are not on the side of the Jewish community. They will be for now, or they will pretend to care about the Jewish community now, because their main enemy, of course, is Islam and Muslims. So while they see themselves in some sort of war with Islam or Muslims in general, and they'll see Israelis or they'll see Jews in the community as allies, that's not going to last. Because as soon as they run out of enemies, they look for other ones. And Tommy Robinson, as I said, is a useful idiot. He's somebody in Britain who's promoting Israel. He's not promoting the Jewish community. He's not defending the Jewish community. He's promoting the Israeli administration at the moment. And it serves their purposes. And then, of course, when he goes there, he's treated like a friend. Maybe money is involved. I don't know. But this is not somebody who you should be getting in bed with. The far right is not somebody that serves the interests of the Jewish people. And this is a really important point. The Jewish community in Britain is not served by the Israeli government getting in bed with Tommy Robinson or far-right groups around Europe. We have seen what happens. So it's right for them to call, for the Jewish community to call this out. It's right for Adam to call this out, because this is heading down a very dark road. The far right see this as a battle between the West and Islam, the West and Muslims, and they see Israel as a useful ally for the moment. They see the Jews as useful allies for the moment, but that could change at any time. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.